I'm Harold, I'm 78 years old, and sitting next to me is the woman who has shared my life for the last 54 years, my wife, Sarah. If you're watching this, you're likely in a relationship, or you want to be. Maybe you even just had an argument in the other room and you came here looking for a way out.
People look at us and say, "You're so lucky, you've survived over half a century together." But I don't know if luck is the right word. It wasn't luck. It was pulling each other out of the wreckage over and over again. Back in 1971, on our wedding day, I would have given anything for someone to tell us what we're about to tell you today.
Please, watch this until the very end. Because what we're going to share aren't just tips. These are the mistakes that almost destroyed us, the ones that stole years of our happiness, but eventually made us who we are. For the first 15 years of our marriage, I walked around with an invisible notebook in my head. I brought home the paycheck, I fixed the leaky faucet, I did the grocery shopping on weekends. I noted every single one. Whenever Sarah asked me for help, I'd think to myself, but I already did X, Y, and Z. What has she done today?
And I was keeping a copy of that same notebook, Harold. The nights I stayed up with sick children, the mountains of laundry, hosting your family every single holiday. I did all that while you sat on the couch saying you were tired. I stayed quiet, but that notebook was filling up with resentment.
We learned the hard way that what kills a relationship isn't the big blowouts. It's the quiet, simmering feeling of it's not fair. In 1985, when I lost my business and Sarah carried the entire family for months, working double shifts and taking care of me, I had to burn that notebook. Because life isn't always 50-50. Sometimes it's 90-10. And every time you throw that 10% in your partner's face, you tear a hole in the marriage.
For years, I tried to turn Harold into a more social and talkative person. I wanted him to sit with me every evening and dissect every detail of the day. The more I pushed, the more he withdrew. The more he withdrew, the harder I pushed.
And I tried to change Sarah's constant need for order, her lists, her planning, everything weeks in advance. I'd say, just relax. Why does everything have to be in a planner? I made her feel like her personality was a flaw.
We finally realized that trying to change someone is just a polite way of saying, "I don't love who you actually are." That is a heavy burden to put on a spouse. Harold's silence was his way of recharging. My planning was my way of feeling safe. When we stopped seeing these as bugs to be fixed and started seeing them as features of the person we loved, peace finally entered our home.
We paid a heavy price for this one. We used to be one of those couples who bragged, "Oh, we never fight." But we weren't fighting because we weren't talking. When I was hurt, I'd say, "It's nothing." When Sarah was upset, she'd leave the room.
Do you remember the kitchen cabinets incident in the 90s, Harold? I had a complete breakdown over the colour of the wood, but I wasn't screaming about cabinets. I was screaming about things that happened 10 years prior, about your mother, about the kids' tuition, about feeling unheard. You were in shock.
I was in shock because I didn't realise she had a volcano growing inside her. My advice to you is this. Have the difficult conversation while it still hurts only a little. Say, "This hurt my feelings," before it turns into bitterness. It's a bit of pain now to avoid a bomb exploding 10 years later.
Once the kids were grown and our careers were stable, we woke up and realised we had become logistics managers. Our entire conversation was, "Did you pay the electric bill? What time are the grandkids coming? We need milk."
We forgot to look into each other's eyes. I woke up one morning and realised I didn't know what the woman sleeping next to me laughed about anymore, or what her current dreams were. A marriage is like a plant. If you assume it's grown enough and stop watering it, even the strongest oak will rot from the inside.
That's when we started dating again. It sounds silly for a couple in their 60s, but every Thursday night we went out for coffee. Just the two of us. No talking about bills, no talking about kids, no talking about health issues. We rediscovered each other. You must put as much work hours into your marriage as you do into your career.
In every argument, there used to be a winner and a loser. I would defend myself. She would defend herself. But when we went to bed, we both lost. Because we weren't opponents. We were on the same team.
Our biggest lesson was this. The problem is not your spouse. The problem is the problem. Harold is not my enemy. We are two soldiers fighting together against financial stress or miscommunication.
If you win an argument against your wife, the victory tastes like ashes, because now you have to live with a defeated person. 54 years, filled with pain, losses, but mostly an unshakable belief in each other. If you're watching this today, I want you to go to your partner tonight and just listen, without judging, without keeping score, without trying to fix them.
Love isn't just a feeling you have, it's an action you take. Please don't give up. Repair it. Thank you for listening to our story. If this helped you, leave a comment. We read every single one.
Stay safe and stay together. Goodbye.